if I was going to test a patient's left shoulder, I'd have them on the edge of the table so they can move their arm. If I'm in the middle of the table, it's going to be really hard to do part of this test because I'd have to hike my shoulder or do something weird with my elbow. So this is important. If you or your patient has to change the test because they're not seated properly, that's the problem with speeds. The first part is concentric. That's the muscle shortening when it's contracting. That's basically, if I'm doing the shoulder part of biceps, I'm keeping my elbow straight. I'm not flexing my elbow, and I just flex my shoulder. And that's my biceps is shortening at the shoulder when I flex it. So it could just be active motion all the way up here. Another way to do that concentric contraction is to have them push up into you as they're moving up. And that's just a little bit more resistance. So doctors have done it just like this. Had the patient bring their arm up. They've also done it where you can actively resist a little bit. And I would say either one of those is just fine. The second part is an eccentric contraction. And the patient isn't allowed just to let their arm drop, because that's not necessarily eccentrically contracting. They can completely relax their bicep and let that happen. So to do that one, we're going to be pushing into the patient's arm, keeping their arm straight or their elbow straight, and then telling the patient, I want you to keep pressure against my contact here, but let me win while we move down like this. And we bring the arm all the way back. So some docs just have the patient push up against resistance, and then let me win and push all the way back. Others would have the patient come up here and then push against and do an eccentric contraction. I think either of those are just fine. Because what we're doing is stages. The first stage would be a concentric contraction, and it's a lot less stressful on the tendon than an eccentric contraction. So the patient has a localized pain in their shoulder right here where the biceps tendon is when they do this type of a movement. Then we probably don't even need to do the eccentric because it's going to probably provoke more pain. So if I could have a volunteer, I'll show you what this looks like. Over here. You can sit around the edge of the table facing that way. Scoot towards the edge a tiny bit more. All right. Move your palm up like that. Okay. So I'll just have you do it actively first. So keeping your elbow straight, bring your palm up to about here. There you go. That's perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to push against you. Don't let me push you down. So now I'm kind of doing an isometric contraction. And with this hand, I'm going to be palpating the biceps tendon. So relax for a second. I'm going to start all over again. I want to palpate the biceps tendon, really just looking for a provocation of pain, or if the bicep does anything weird, like jumps out of the bicipital groove. So it's not like I'm putting a lot of pressure here. I'm just making sure I maintain a little bit of pressure on the biceps tendon. So bring that arm up there. There we go. There we go. Okay, push against me. Now keep pushing against me, but let me win. And bring the arm all the way back into full extension back here. Any pain with that?
No.
Okay, good. The other way to do it, stay right there, is we could do resisted right away. Keep your palm up like that. So bring your arm all the way up. Just a little bit of resistance is fine. That's good. Okay, now keep pushing against me, but let me win. And bring it all the way down. So that's a resisted concentric and eccentric contraction, or just active concentric contraction without resistance, and then resisted eccentric contraction. Either of those would be fine. And that speeds. Yeah, you can go.